Over the past few years, independent developers eager to cash in on the From Software formula have been throwing around the term Souls-like a pimp throwing around his prostitute, trying to squeeze every last dime they can out of someone else's hard work and creativity. They throw in a lock-on mechanic with the option to parry, make sponges out of enemies, sprinkle on a few bonfires here and there, add in a few lackluster boss fights, and call it a Souls experience. And as you and I both know, 9.9 times out of 10, their games fail to live up to the Dark Souls recipe. Needless to say, I went into my time-restricted demo of Blasphemous with complete and utter skepticism, but quickly I discovered an aspect of the game that all other dark fantasy Souls wannabes lack. It is an aspect that is rarely, if ever, discussed when making comparisons, and one that I didn't even realize was so important until it stared me in the face as I was playing the Blasphemous demo. The Game Kitchen, makers of Blasphemous, understand what all other developers have failed to understand. Dark Souls players are very intelligent people. The dark fantasy world, the hardcore combat, the array of weapons, skills, and clever level design are only half of the formula. In fact, Sekiro proved that a Gothic or European medieval setting is not even necessary for a Souls game. Up until now, developers trying to copy the formula have failed because they've only implemented half of the recipe. The other half became apparent to me as I was playing the Blasphemous demo. Little by little, I found myself being drawn into the darkly religious kingdom of CVSTODIA. Each time I found a new item, I became more interested. We like to joke and say, "Ooh, there's another shiny," as if the sparkle of the ethereal object is what draws us in, but that's not it at all. It's the enigmatic dialogues and descriptions that lead us to ponder the world we are visiting. Piecing together these vague, obscure descriptions that subtly reveal the bigger picture is just as addictive to us as figuring out a new boss's weaknesses and destroying it. Souls players absolutely love complex, smartly interconnected stories that piece together a larger vision of the world they are role-playing in. I found several items during my playtime of Blasphemous, and each had a description that intrigued me, giving me just a little taste of the backstory, leaving me wanting to learn more. Some items even come with two different types of lore, the initial type being basic information on the item the penitent one, the character you'll be playing as, has obtained and how it fits into the world. Not only what the item is, but its origin and the power it holds. Items may also be accompanied by a second type of description, either in the form of correspondence between characters within the world, or what I like to call heresy, because these descriptions seem to be what in the modern era we would label as rumors. These are descriptions of the sins of characters within the kingdom of CVSTODIA, whom you may or may not even meet throughout your playthrough, and what they are known for or what they are accused of. Whether we reveal evidence of their transgressions or they remain simply accusations, we will only know after the entirety of the game is released. These secondary tidbits of information are often found in the Dark Souls series. For example, we often pick up items that describe Allfather Lloyd, but do we ever actually meet Allfather Lloyd? To my knowledge, the answer is no, but just being able to read about him, his deeds, and how he fits into the Souls universe goes a long way toward making the world seem real. You will find this same type of storytelling in Blasphemous, and this is what makes me so excited to play it on September 10th when it releases. I want to peel back the kingdom of CVSTODIA layer by layer and find out what happens underneath. This type of storytelling is what draws in true Souls players, leaving room for speculation and debate. It is true role-playing at its finest, and it is the second half of the From Software formula that is lacking in every other Souls-like game I have ever played. I will say that I absolutely loved Salt and Sanctuary, but the story revealed throughout that game does not leave much room for speculation. It's really just a straight-up story told to the player throughout the game. I could tell in just the little time I had with Blasphemous that this story will be much more open-ended and subject to interpretation. Thank you for listening, and I hope I have convinced you to give Blasphemous a try when it comes out on September 10th. If you do not plan on playing the game but are still interested in seeing the story unfold, please subscribe to the channel and join me on my adventure through the kingdom of CVSTODIA.